Hi everyone, my name is Chongfeng Lei, and today I'm going to present my short documentary project about Australian coffee culture. This presentation will walk you through my idea, structure, characters, and treatment schedule, case study, and what I plan to include the final version. Firstly, to introduce about my documentary explored the heart of the Australian coffee culture, from the journeys of the coffee bean to the ritual that define everyday life through the morning coffee presentation, the sound of espresso machines, and the conversation with the barista and customer. I am to show how the coffee has become more than just a drink. It's the daily rituals, a space for the connections and the symbol of the creative and communities. So, uh, the name of my documentary is The Australian in a Cup, the story of Australian coffee culture. This project is the 5 to 6 minute the sub documentaries focused on the urban cafe culture in the Wollongong. The key term in the coffee at the rituals and a community connector. My personal motivation come from my curiosity as the international student. I want to know why Australians love coffee so much and how this love shape their daily life. About the synopsis and structure, the documentary followed the clearly uh, narrative structure uh, with the opening is the journeys of the coffee bean. Then will be the brief story about the Italian migration after the World War II and how the espresso culture came to Australia. Present day coffee mornings and the latte. I will interview the barista and customer to show the coffee at the social hub. And in the finally a conclusion when the coffee becomes the symbol of the cultural connection and identity. Um, Economics will be the play a background roles. I will talk on how coffee support the local jobs and the small business, but cultural remain a focus. So, my characters include the narrators, which is my overall guiding the story. The barista at the passionate heart of the cafe, customers at the student office workers at the couple to show the diversity, and the coffee owner who the represent the business perspective. The main locals in the honest Don coffee interview plus the interior shots of people lighting up the coffee and cozy coffee interiors. With the treatment, the narration style will be the warm and reflective, taking the audience through the journeys of the coffee culture. Visually, I will use the close-up of coffee brewing, the latte art, and the white sauce of business busy cafes. The natural lighting and the smooth transition will be kept in the authentic. Sound design is also a key. I will include the real coffee sound, being grindings, milk steaming, and the short background music to create the relaxing atmosphere. I will conduct short natural interview to add the authenticity, and I will using the animation or the historical visual to illustrate the coffee journeys. Uh, so my production planning. For production, I will both the director and the narrator, while also the overseeing creative tone. I will use film using the Sony A6500 and the cheaper with the laptop microphone to cut the clearly interview. I have planned to for potential issues such as the coffee noise, the lighting challenge, and the difficult to getting the customer permission. And I will create some backup scenario in the case that interview cannot be recorded. So that's my schedule, what I want to do and when I will do it, the step when I'm making the film. So normally I will create the concept and tone in the week one, week two with the sculpting location and drafting question, week three is used for the getting permission and the planning sort. Uh, in week four, I will refilming the treatment and script. Week five is using presenting my idea, and also week six, with the week seven, I will filming some B-roll, which I using for interview. With nine is reviewing and filming graph. With 10, 11, 12, and 13, I will using for editing and uh, review, get feedback for the final exam. Um, in the case study, so my first case study is the barista. Barista, this short film inspiring me with its focus on the coffee making as the art form. It's used the close-up of the brewing and latte art, which I will also apply to my film. It tells characters driving story just like my I plan to do with my interview, and it's use the authentic cafe style to immerse the viewers, something that I will replicate in my sound design. With the case 32 is the light circle of the cup of coffee uh, from the TikTok. So uh, this also influences in the structure of my film. I also follow the journeys of the coffee from the bean to the cup. It highlights the human story behind the coffee, which inspired me to include the voice of the barista and customer. I also liked how it's used the illustration to keep the story engaging. I will provide the 50 with the two visuals in the similar way. And in the final one is what I can improve in the final version. For the final version, here's about my keys improvement. Firstly, in more varies camera angle and the close-up shot of Barristan. Also, will addition the B-roll to make the transition more smoothly. Um, a clearer storyboard to make me save time and improve the narrative flow. The better settings of the lighting and the camera setup should be met. The final will be better. Investing more in the 2D visual for the fret look. Conducting more interviewing and include the customer story and the capturing more types of the coffee and dynamic movie source of bring the energies to the film. And this is about my sales reel. I will also upload that in my submission so you can see what I already do for the trailer in my documentary film. And that is everything I want to presentation and thank you for listening.